What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy SnowyKurama, and we are here for some coach interviews. We're interviewing our top three guys that made it into the playoffs, and we are here with our seed two, Adam, coach of the Chicago Mega Gengars. Say hi.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me here, Mr. Kurama. Definitely a pleasure to be in your presence once again.
Hell yeah. All right, so got some questions for you, of course.
Let's
So
go.
let's get
I
this
was
thing
born
started.
ready.
So, what was your first Pokemon game?
Oh, wow. My first Pokemon game, it's weird because my favorite Pokemon generation is actually the first generation. But when I look back and think back, I never really played it when it first came out. I think my first Pokemon game was Sapphire, and I never beat it
Oh,
at
wow,
all.
really?
Yeah, no. Okay, so my story with Pokemon is actually pretty funny because I never beat Pokemon Sapphire, and then I just didn't have any interest in it further. Like I didn't play it. Gen 4 came out, and I was like, "This is whatever. I don't really care." And then one day I was like, "You know what? I kind of remember Pokemon. Hey," and I was hanging out with Mitch at the time. I was like, "Mitch, you want to get those new Pokemon games?" And he was like, okay, because he was just kind of following my lead at this point. He's my little brother,
Yeah.
and we're however many years old. And he goes with me. God, I think it was Toys R Us, and we get Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I got Pearl, he got Diamond, and we played that, and I liked it a lot from what I remember, and had the old action replay to it as
Oh,
well.
nice.
Yeah, where I could. It was the old Master Ball trick. You have X amount of Master Balls in your party, and then it spawns the same number Pokemon in the decks. And I did that to catch everything I wanted, and that was my first memory. My first actual memory is like vaguely Sapphire, but my first memory of having fun with Pokemon is like Pokemon Pearl. So I've always, even though I kind of dump on Gen 4 from time to time, I do have fond memories of Pearl going back there. That's
Yeah, yeah, same here. Gen 4 is just so nostalgic, so nostalgic. It's interesting that your favorite is Gen 1, though, because I can't relate to that.
No, well, so I mean, like, I think Gen 1 is definitely classic, and I enjoy it a lot. I think the story's cool, and just kind of like the missions that you have to do to go ahead and kind of unlock every gym leader are pretty cool. I feel like in some of the newer games, it feels like busy work. Like, I know in Sun and Moon, they were kind of fun, but at the same time, they were kind of eh. And then at the end, they just kind of dropped the whole trial. They were like, "Hey, here's your badge. You did good. Have a good one." And it just didn't. I don't know. Um, and in Gen 6, I hated those. The things you had to do before going to battle the gym leaders. I thought it was just busy work and stupid. Um,
Oh,
Sword and
yeah,
Shield's
they're just
actually.
like, oh, you can't come in yet. You gotta do this thing for me first, or whatever.
Exactly, and then it's like every single one was like that, and but like in Gen 1 they were actually fun. Like I don't know, my favorite's either Gen 1, Gen 5, or I do like Gen 7, but I think Gen 1 and Gen 5 are my favorites. And
I love Gen 5.
yeah, yeah, amen to
Absolutely
that,
love Gen
brother.
5. I do enjoy the fact that for Gen 1, the story is pretty simplistic. I think if Pokemon went back to that, it'd kind of be a lot better than how it is now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I think that's why Team Skull was received so well, because Team Skull is just, we're bad guys because we're bad. Guzma's just a douchebag because he's a douchebag. Like there's like nothing else with it. And then Lucamine's like, oh hey, I'm actually the bad guy, grr. And then I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Is I Gen 7 story wise is cool because of how simple it is similar to Gen 1. Gen 5 is awesome because of how just awesome the story
It's
is.
definitely something you would expect from a Pokemon game. I can tell you that.
Exactly. Oh my god. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll talk about something a bit later in regards to that, but yeah, definitely.
So how'd you get into competitive battling?
I honest to God, I don't really remember. I didn't do competitive in Gen 4. I think I did in Gen 5 towards the end of its lifespan. I think I did because I would do the one trick. I would hack in the competitive Pokemon
Oh,
to my DS, and I wanted to join a league, an online league, and I did. I think it was like a Facebook group or something, and I used Swift Swim, Kingdra,
nice.
and then what was it? God, Drizzle Polytoad,
Yep, that's
and
it.
then and
Infinite
then the
weather.
dude and then the dude complained at me saying it's banned, so I got kicked out.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So
I'm
then,
sure you had no idea.
no, I
I
had no
mean,
idea. I had no idea it was banned. I was
that's
like, "Oh,
dumb.
that sounds like an awesome combo. Why wouldn't I use it?" And then I just
Right.
get smoked. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, that's I guess that's when I started at the end of Gen 5 by hacking in the Pokemon and joining an online league for one match
That's
before I was kicked out.
that's fantastic.
Anybody who has a better origin story, good luck.
Okay, so your first season in our PDL was season 1 since we kind of co-own it and stuff. So, how do you look at draft battles now compared to back then?
I look at draft battles now and I think what beats what instead of choosing my best six and going in. Because I remember in PDL season one, are we talking about season 0 or the actual season 1?
Um,
Because
as
season
far
0
back
was
as
still
you
on the kick
want.
chat, right?
Yeah, season
I don't
0
know.
was kick chat,
I
and
consider it
then
season 0.
that was definitely season 0. That was like beta testing.
Yeah, that was fun. We were just screwing around and trying to build something that stuck. And
And then Max never wanted to play.
oh my god, wasn't he like undefeated because he was using like some weird stall tactics.
I don't even remember him playing really. I just remember I was supposed to
I
play him, and then he never did. And he's like, "Oh, we can play now if you want." I'm like, "Nah, dude, it's past time. It's past time. I don't care anymore."
Wasn't he like, oh, I need to finish my Call of Duty game or
Yeah, that's
something?
what he was doing. He was playing Call of Duty in the fucking background. I'm like, bro, if you got time for that, you got time to play me. What's up?
I know. He
That
was like,
is
oh my god, let me
dumb.
finish this. Sorry, I'm playing Call of Duty all night. Maybe tomorrow. Like, bro, come on.
You can quit for like 10 minutes. It's not gonna take that long.
True,
Come
true.
on now.
But back to the question. Sorry. Um, Now I look at things a lot more strategically, and I'm able to kind of look at things. What I do is I kind of run the gauntlet of an opposing Pokemon. So, for instance, I'm just going to pick a random team. Talking about your team, Thomas,
Okay.
I will look at Tyranitar, for instance, and I think to myself, what can smoke Tyranitar in one hit or beat it 1v1. So then I go Tyranitar versus Weavile, Tyranitar versus Mega Pinsir, Tyranitar versus Mew. Right now, Rotom is my OU, but Mew was my OU at the time. And then Tyranitar versus Milotic, Tyranitar versus Alola Marowak. And then I just kind of look and I see what is going to beat Tyranitar. And then if I find something that maybe has multiple weaknesses, I'm gonna go ahead or find two that have a similar weakness on my team. For instance, Mega Latios and I'm just using your team as an example here.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Mega Latios and let's say Mesprit both get destroyed by Weavile. So Weavile takes out 1/6 of your team. Maybe not a bad choice to bring. So look at it like
If
that, and
both of
then
those are brought, that's the third, so even better.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if none of them are brought, whatever. But Megalatios, the OU, and Mesprit, a good lead there. So I mean, always possible, always possible.
Right, right,
And
of
then,
course.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, just a lot more strategic in there. If I'm just kind of laying my strategies out on the line.
That's quite a bit of growth. That's really nice to see.
Yeah, no, it is cool. I remember I would just pick my top six and just be like, hey, I got my top six. I can't lose. And then I would lose.
We learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you lose. You learn. That's why every single battle I've lost this season, I'm thankful I lost because I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in one of these further questions. So
All right.
never mind.
Sounds good. What's been your favorite Pokemon to use this season? And then ever in your draft league career?
Favorite Pokemon to use this season? I gotta say, Mega Pinsir has been putting in the work, but probably not Mega Pinsir. I've been. I'm sorry, but I think Caesar has been my favorite. I know I sniped him from
great. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of single-handedly mopped up some teams for me. So Caesar is definitely one of the greats. And I have to give a shout out to Beware as well. I did not know kind of the extent of what Beware could do until this season. And I'm very, very happy that I kind of figured out that Beware is kind of the play. I think when I was playing Destiny Sweep with Psyduck, I was thinking, what's a good sixth for my team? And I thought, you know what? Not Alola Marowak, my bad. Beware with the proper coverage moves covered her entire team.
Oh, wow.
So that's something to definitely look towards. And then I just need to make sure it could live a hit or two. And then with that fluffy ability, forget about it.
Oh, yeah. The thing comes in clutch all the time. I used Beware in my Ultra Sun and Moon playthrough. That thing just deals out the damage.
Yeah. I used it for Sword and Shield, actually. I found a Stuffle in the wild, and I was able to go ahead and use it for my run. So definitely. They talk about the agents. I think Beware is an agent.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course.
Agency
maybe
play.
Blunder will get there eventually.
Hell yeah.
What about ever in draft, or is that also your answer?
No, ever in draft. Maybe not this season, but I got to give it up to my boy Kartana.
Yep. I was surprised you didn't take that like you usually do.
I was going to take it, if I'm being honest. I was 100% going to take it. And then everything else looked maybe a little bit more viable to me. I wanted to try the Mew because I know you were running around with it in OU during the Island Rumble. I'm going to be honest, Thomas. My choices for PDL are literally solely based off of what you have picked in the past.
I kind of figured that because I used Ambipom. I took Ambipom from Seth. All of a sudden, Adam has Ambipom.
Oh yeah.
Then there's Scizor. I think I had Pinsir at one point too.
God, Latias. I know you love the Lotties, so I was like, Latias can't be bad. So
I don't know if I necessarily really loved the Lotties. I don't think I really ever used one until Mega Latios, to be honest.
Really? I thought you had a Lottie last season, actually.
Nah, Gage has been the one that's been choosing the Lotties.
Oh,
specifically
geez.
Latios.
Wow.
But I mean, it really worked well for him because I think season 1 that thing stomped on me in the championship round. So
yeah, unfortunately, if you're not prepared for it, it'll get you. And then let me go ahead and just kind of look through everybody else's team, see if there's anybody else that inspired me. I know Tapu Fini was always my favorite Tapu, so that was unfortunately haven't got a chance to use it in draft form yet. But I think Volcanion. I think I picked Volcanion because somebody else picked it once in the last season, and then let me think. Suicune. I got Suicune because Gage got Suicune that one time.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, no, nobody.
Crazy.
I'm not facing that ever again. I'm putting that on my team.
Yeah. You can't play it if you're using it, so.
Exactly. So that's why I picked Mew. Yeah, Mew's too scary.
You seemed pretty nice with Mew because I was really just using it defensively, but you were kind of more of an offensive take on it. And cheese with it too.
Yeah, no. The only reason that I switched it up is because I know that I had kind of the ability to. I really messed up that game against Mitch, if I'm being honest, the Star Raptors. I didn't put any speed EVs on my Mew. I was like, oh, I'll just rock polish up. And then while I was building the team, I was like, why do I have rock polish? I have vacuum wave. So I put no speed EVs on it. If I had speed EVs and vacuum wave, I would have beat his belly drum Linoon and took it out. So oversight on my part, unfortunately, but
yeah, honestly, his team turned into some fast, hard-hitting things, which is sort of the theme of Generation 7 OU.
Yeah, that's true, and it all happened right before our eyes too. Look at the Pokemon that he dropped. He dropped Chansey, he dropped Donphan, he dropped Hoopa Unbound. Instead, picked up Staraptor fast. Instead, picked up Shaman, absolute unit, and then picked up Tapu Fini, bulky, and got decent speed stats. Forget about it.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it's disgusting.
How many different leagues have you been a part of, and which one has been your favorite?
So I've altogether maybe been a part of 5 different types of leagues or branded leagues. I'm not counting PDL seasons 1 through 5 as different leagues there.
Yeah, I'm counting that as all one.
Okay, perfect. So there's the one where I had the one match in and then got kicked out of.
Oh, yeah, fucking LC tournament. Or are you thinking of a different one?
No, I'm talking about
Gen 5, right?
The Gen 5 Drizzle with Swib combo that I got kicked out of. There's that Gen 4 tournament that we were in that I wasn't able to win a match in. After the second round, I got too depressed, and I was like, oh man, I suck at Gen 4. I'm out. I didn't understand, and my draft was awful, so I was like, whatever.
I thought my draft was pretty clean in that one. The only thing I have to...
Yours was awesome,
dude. The only gripe that I have is that all my guys were grounded. So,
yeah.
Earthquake was free, more or less, like, even against Venusaur because of that poison type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks. You did really good in your match, though. And that was so much fun when the one I was there for. That was so
definitely.
Awesome. I was in one on this another Facebook group. I drafted my entire team from scratch. I did everything. I played a match and I lost barely. And then the dude talked major shit to me. He was like, "Oh, dude, you suck. Why'd you even join this league? You're trash. You're trash." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not."
Types of people.
I'm like, "Dude, I'm not trash. You barely won. Like, come on, bro. You just like Ferrothorn stall me. Come on, bro. You're trash." It's like, shut up, dude.
That's dumb.
Yeah, so
people need to have better things to do with their time than that.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they were just kind of like a toxic community altogether. So, I just didn't really feel like going further with that. That's actually where I got the name for the Chicago Mega Gengars, because somebody already took the Milotics. So I was like, well, what's another Pokemon I like? So that's how I found Chicago Mega Gengars, and then that's why I switched to it this time. It was also to kind of fuck on you, but sorry.
yeah, I figured. I was like, oh, we're doing this today.
We're doing this today. But it's like the White Sox and the Cubs, you know. Yeah. That's my justification. Somewhat. Yeah. PDL is definitely my favorite, though.
Awesome.
Easy.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Good to hear. All right, now this next question. This is one I've been waiting for.
What has been your favorite battle of yours this season and in PDL history?
This season, my battle against Will week 8, where I lost, is my favorite battle. Because that gave me the motivation to come back and annihilate. The loss to Mitch was a little rough. It was very rough. I didn't really prepare for that one, though. If I'm being honest, I didn't really calculate anything out.
It's considering the past for young Mitch, it's really easy to just shake him off as, okay, he's probably going to be stupid the whole time. But he really turned it around.
Yeah, and his stupid play with Miss Magius and that focus sash where I knocked off and he got my Kartana that way, that was it for me, unfortunately, after he knocked off the Kartana like that. But yeah, so those 2 losses were good motivators for me. If we're talking about matches I won, my second match versus Gage is my favorite, because first match versus Gage, I got lucky. I'm not going to lie, I got lucky. Second match, I was ready.
There you go. Yeah, I saw in the chat. You're like, I knew exactly what you're gonna bring. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Did I say that? Whoops.
No, to him,
Oh
because you
yeah.
guys were talking about briefly about what you expected, or the fact that he didn't expect certain things or didn't expect something, and then you said, well, I expected everything that you brought.
That's fair. Sometimes I'm kind of a dick. But I think that was one of the times where I expected everything, because he brought the Uxie second time, and let me see, he brought the Tangrowth, he brought the Zero Aura. That's what I was ready for.
Oh,
That's what
definitely. That thing is too
that's
good
what I
not to
decided.
bring.
Yeah, that's when I decided not to bring an item on my not to bring the item on my Alolan Marowak, so he could take 3 knockoffs and still win. And then that ended up winning it for me. I mean, he didn't have knockoff on his Zero Aura anyway.
Right,
All he could do
yeah.
was substitute, but still, that was a good play. The only mon I was truly legitimately scared of was the Blastoise. And I'm like, oh god. Oh, he knows I can't do anything against his Blastoise. I'm going to bring it. Thankfully, Guzzlord could 1v1 that thing. But otherwise, Blastoise wrecked my team.
Guzzlord is kind of an unexpected powerhouse, because I'm used to
True.
everyone saying that thing is trash.
No, Guzzlord is the unsung hero of my team.
Yeah, it was, when you picked that, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's Guzzlord. But it turns
That's
out,
what
oh
I thought
shit,
too.
it's Guzzlord.
That's what I thought too. I picked the thing. I was like, I just need something to pick. I need something to pick. Oh god. Guzzlord, who cares?
Yeah. Did you hear my notes on the I think that game against Gage was made a game of the week. Did you hear my
Both of
notes
them?
at the end of that? No, the one against Gage.
Yeah, I had two against Gage. I know the first one made game of the week. I don't know about the second one.
Both of them did then.
Oh, okay.
Because
I'm down.
I thought about it a little bit, and I was thinking Colbur Berry might have been a good item to put on that, because you take even less from knockoff than just no item.
Yeah. From the Alolan Marowak, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you took like
I do remember
10%
hearing
less
that.
or something like that. But I mean, it ended up working out, so.
Yeah. It was ballsy. I was proud of myself. I'm like, ooh, making moves in draft league. What's up?
Right.
I was feeling myself after that win. That was a good pat on the back win for me.
Awesome. What are your thoughts going to the playoffs? The big question.
My thoughts going in the playoffs is, damn, I'm lucky I got the second seed. I don't know if I could live through these semifinals.
I hate being a part of the quarterfinals, bro.
Oh yeah, the quarterfinal. If I was up against any single one of these people in the quarterfinals that are in the quarterfinals, I'd be pissed. So I'm lucky that I get to sit back and watch what happens between Mitch and Will, and then plan my attack accordingly. Because I'm just I would have no idea. I would have no idea what to do whatsoever. So I'm very thankful and lucky that I get to sit this one out. Sorry, Gage, I had to beat you twice, buddy. Without those 2 wins against you, I don't think I'd be sitting pretty in these semis. So good luck to you in the quarterfinals, man.
It's definitely the best to just be in the semifinals. So not only do you get a break, but the scary teams get to fight it out, and then you get to just kind of deal with the other one.
Exactly.
Or at least hope that you can.
Yeah, I'm pretty blessed to be in the position that I'm in right now, because I get to play the better player. I think I thrive when I face better players, because then it's a war of are you going to switch? Are you going to use your coverage move? Right. And I like those wars a little bit more than I try to outplay you and then
you just
and then you make a stupid move
because
it's like, it would be like Mitch against a Rotom Wash. He would probably use Earthquake or some shit, and then I don't know if he would switch out
nowadays.
Not nowadays. Let's say it's Mitch season 3. Mitch season 3 would use Earthquake with Mega Dragon or Mega Charizard X versus the Rotom Wash, and I would switch into I don't know what I would switch into. Expecting maybe a dragon move or a hard hitting dragon move. Switch into Alola Marowak.
And then you get Earthquake.
High defense, and then get Earthquaked and die. So that's the type of stupid stuff.
That's the most infuriating shit.
I know. It's like, no, why'd you do that? Ugh.
Just, that was not the play, but you did it, and it worked out, and it shouldn't have.
And I hate you.
Right.
Yeah. Thankfully, that's why those playoffs are 2 out of 3, though.
So who poses the biggest threat to your championship seat?
I'm going to say it's everybody else on the other side of the bracket. I've lost to Mitch and I've lost to Will, but my loss to Mitch was a knowledge loss. I'm very glad that I lost because now I'm able to look back on that loss, see what worked, what didn't work, and formulate a plan of attack going forward from here with more knowledge. Will is definitely probably a little bit scarier than Mitch as it stands right now, but with my I'm pretty confident that I could take on Will again after week 10 in some proper preparation and some good coverage. So yeah, I'm very, very confident about my side of the bracket, but everybody else on the other side of the bracket, I'm scared.
That man changed up his strategies from trying to be a little bit more stally to finally coming over to the offense side.
That is so true. And you know what? I was talking to Will a little bit before, or a little bit after our match. He goes, why didn't you bring the exact same team like you said you were going to? And I told him, I had that Gengar on the team. I had Taunt Gengar on the team, ready to just shut down Skarmory, ready to shut down anything that was going to use a non-attacking move. And then at literally the last second, I have the challenge on my screen. I was talking to Gage during this, and I had the challenge on my screen, and I go, you know what? I'm switching. I don't feel confident in Gengar. And you want to know what that switch was? That switch was Latias. That same Latias that was my win con at the end.
Yeah.
That was, I got lucky. I don't know. I was just feeling Latias over Gengar. And I think it's because Will didn't bring his stall team that I was able to go ahead and clutch that one out.
Well, he also got rid of his Alomomola. He still had his Skarmory.
That's true. He did bring
something else that he used to have too that he got rid of. Excuse me.
I have the sheet open right here. Will had Superior, Salazzle, and Alomomola, and then his trades were. Let me see. He has Aerodactyl now for the Palossand. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that was it too.
Yeah, and then Will's now has Golisopod too. God,
I hate that Golisopod.
Oh yeah, no, I know you do.
That thing.
I know you do. I'm I hate to say it, Thomas, honestly, but I'm glad you got smoked by it because now Will brings it every time.
Yeah, so I guess it's easy. I guess I had to die so everyone else can live.
Oh my God, you died for our sins on the cross, just like Pickle Rick.
Of course. What else? I had something else. Oh, that battle, I wanted, some reason I had it in my team builder to bring Megaladios with Thunderbolt for that thing. But then I took it off for some reason.
Oh no, it's like the exact opposite of my game.
He brought it, and I had nothing for it. I just had nothing.
Oh God, yeah. That's the worst.
Yeah. But that's in the past. I want to keep that there.
Yeah, no, dude, you lost and you learned.
Yeah.
That's what I've been preaching, man. Lose and learn.
The next battles to come in the playoffs, the quarterfinals here, are on your side of the bracket. It's between Gage and Violet. How do you think that battle's gonna go?
That's actually the other side of the bracket.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the first seed.
Because
no.
Oh, I completely messed it up then. All right, no, it's then cool. Will and Mitch, how do you think that battle's gonna go then? Let's flip that around.
I'm really not sure how the battle's gonna go. Will and Mitch actually already played.
Oh, and, did they?
Yes, and Will pretty handily beat Mitch. Mitch was I remember talking to Mitch afterwards. He goes, "Wow, Will really smoked me on this one," and it'll be extremely interesting to see the rematch, especially in a 2 out of 3 format. And in this 2 out of 3 format, I think Will does have the advantage because I think Will overall has maybe the stronger offensive presence than Mitch does. Especially Cloyster needs a turn of setup. Jolteon is kind of a one-trick pony.
Oh,
Linnu
they just did one match?
Yes, they only did one match.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying that they did all 3.
Oh, no. They haven't played in the playoffs yet. Will beat Mitch in the regular season.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, like, they already actually did their match. I'm like, what?
No,
really?
No, my bad. I'm sorry.
I thought I would have saw a notification on that, but okay.
Yeah,
continue.
Probably. Yeah, no worries. It's just, I think Mitch's team needs a lot of setup, whereas Will's team is a lot of bulk and can take a hit or two and live and then deal the same amount of damage back. When you have Mega Garchomp, the absolute tank, you have Kyurem Black, it's really hard to kill. You have Golisopod with the priority, Lycanroc with priority. You got bulky Hippowdon, Azelf, who's extremely fast. I look at Will's team and I see threat.
Oh yeah,
threat.
definitely, 100%.
I look at Mitch's team and I see threat after one turn.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's definitely a good advantage for Will to have all his phasers. Like, he's got Whirlwind Mons, where, as you said, Mitch has to set up a turn, so
exactly.
all that setup's just going to be for nothing, or at least that's how it looks on paper.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that match will skew in Will's favor. Good for me, so I get to lay the smackdown on him again.
Right.
Bad for Mitch, though.
Of course. I mean, he got this far, which is kind of farther than everybody else was thinking. So
this is the farthest that Mitch has ever gotten.
That's a big ol' victory in and of itself.
That's awesome. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I helped him with a little bit of team building at the start of the season. His first match was against Destiny. I didn't help him in his match versus Destiny. I think I might have helped him a little bit versus Jake. I'm not sure. He had his match versus Gage. I didn't really help him. His first win came against Mancha, and he bounced some stuff off of me. Mitch, okay, look at this. Mitch lost week 1, week 2, week 3. He wins week 4, wins week 5, wins week 6, and then drops the ball on week 7. So he loses the first 3, then wins the next 3. How crazy is that?
That's pretty awesome.
That's insane.
That's big growth right there.
Yeah.
And just how good our other 2 newcomers have been doing, Destiny and Will.
Oh my God.
That's probably part of why this is my favorite season, despite the fact that this is the worst season of my life. But just seeing everybody else rise up and do better than anyone would have expected is just amazing to see.
I agree with that. That is so cool. It means just from like not even a player standpoint, like a runner or owner of PDL, I think it's so cool that we're able to see the growth of Mitch and Destiny and Will all together. 2 out of the 3 that I just listed named the playoffs. When before this season started, I would have said no, absolutely not. I would have said they're the bottom 3.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest. So I mean, it's insanity that they're able to go ahead and make this. I'm so proud of all of them. That's awesome.
I'm not too surprised for Will because I know in Magic he's pretty good. Because I used to play with him at the card shop a lot, but then I don't go anymore. So as far as strategy games go, he's got the head for it, but I just was interested to see how he'd translate it into Mons.
Yeah, exactly. He plays competitive Pokemon Go, so he's got all the strats for that in his head, and then he had to learn an format, and in 3 weeks he got his first win, and then unfortunate week against Jake, and then the next week he beat Mancha. Week after that, he beats you, and then he beats Mitch, and then he beats me, and then unfortunate last 2 weeks, got smoked by Steven, and then I beat him in that week 10. So, I mean, he bounced back insanely well and learned like everything that he needed to learn about everything.
It's just great to see.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
So, what is your favorite Pokemon to use so far in this new generation? And what are you looking forward to the most when it comes to a possible Season 6 and some other drafts? Just things.
So Gen 8, favorite Pokemon to use in Gen 8. I don't really know. I try to use a lot of different Mons. Unfortunately, the Mon that I always come back to is Galarian Corsola, though.
That thing is too good.
It's annoying. It's annoying, and I hate being annoying when I play, but I'm just like, ooh, Strength Sap, and I'm healed.
Right. I love Strength Sap.
You're burned, Will-O-Wisp. It's so stupid.
I never thought once in my entire life I would be sitting here saying that Corsola is a big threat.
I know. Oh my god,
But
it's so stupid.
Those big old defenses, and now it can get an Eviolite because of Corsola. Like it's crazy. It's too crazy.
It's not my favorite to use. I just use it a lot. I don't know. Maybe Darmanitan was one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon, so it's cool to see him get a giant buff with Guerrilla Tactics.
Big old buff. And that Zen mode's got a buff too. Like Zen mode's actually pretty decent.
Oh, I haven't checked it out yet, so I'll try that one out. And I guess what I'm looking forward to most in Gen 8 Draft League is the format that we're going to run. I don't know what we're going to do with stupid Dynamax.
It honestly depends on Smogon, but to be honest...
Does it? Oh, yeah, I guess it does.
Well, it sort of does, but at the same time we have our own freedoms with that. But I think we should save actual talking and plans for another time.
This is maybe a whole video in itself.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That could actually be a good video, the Dynamax debate. Ooh, it has a perfect ring to it. Dude, that'd get you a million hits on YouTube. Not a million.
Yeah, I don't know about a million. I don't think there's a million hits in the Pokemon community.
Dude, the Dynamax debate, that's like the perfect name for a video. Book it.
That's basically what Smogon OU is right now. I think in like 4 days they're going to drop the verdict on Dynamax, so
yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Rest in peace, Dynamax.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. It's overpowered. The only thing that I think should be allowed is Gigantamax, because it's obvious. Like, you can plan around a Gigantamax because you know which one's going to Gigantamax. It's like knowing your Mega, for a draft league, in my opinion.
But
so it's like, oh, he's going to Gigantamax.
I think the problem with maxing, I guess, is it's kind of like Z moves, where I know the Pokemon Company wanted to make every Pokemon be able to shine, where they have their own Z moves and stuff and be able to do this big old hit. But what they did, as well as that, is making super good Pokemon that much better. Like, you had Magearna that had 3 viable Z moves in the Fairy, Fighting, and Electric. And then Kartana could run a bunch of Z moves as well. And you always had Fighting Lele running around, so... Yeah, sure, you could make fucking Floatzel or whatever the hell else better, but you also made these big threats even bigger threats. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing with Gyarados and Excadrill up in OU right now.
Gyarados, Excadrill, Hawlucha.
Oh yeah, Hawlucha too.
Even stupid Darmanitan, dude. Because it gets rid of the ability, or it makes you not locked into your move.
Exactly,
like,
and choice item mons just, they don't have to get locked in that choice anymore. They can just go for a coverage move that saves them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's nasty.
Excadrill can set up its own sand. You got Gyarados with its own rain. Hawlucha can set up its own electric terrain or whatever other terrain it wants to.
So bogus.
It really, really is. I bet it's obvious what we think about Dynamax and how, and if it should stay in our singles or not.
That's true, but we still have to sell it for the video.
Right, of course. I don't know if I want it around or not. Dynamax seems cool. Yeah,
it is cool.
It's great. Is there any other? Is there any content or anything you're trying to plug in here, real quick at the end?
Yo! There is one thing. My channel sells pillows now. If you don't cop an Uberosity pillow, you're sleeping. I'm not kidding. We sell pillows, bro. You got to sleep next to your loved ones this holiday season. Sleep next to Uberosity. Also,
I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, "Is that real? Or are they actually?"
Oh my god, it's real. I was in a stream and I was just screwing around on YouTube, and I was on the store, and I was like, "Pillow? What?" So I just made this giant deal out of the pillow for about 35 minutes straight. It was pretty glorious. Definitely recommend maybe looking back on that on the channel. It was pretty funny. In regards to actual content instead of just merch that nobody will ever buy. I was talking about how much I love Gen 5 and how inspirational and awesome it was. I do have a, let me find it. It is Zekrom versus Reshiram rap battle.
Ooh.
Goes throughout the whole story of Gen 5. It's pretty awesome. If I say so myself, I'll shoot you the link. You can tell me if you think it's awesome or not, Thomas.
Sounds good.
And then we can go from there.
Yeah, totally. All
For
right,
sure.
well, this is all I had for our interview, so thanks for coming on, Adam. It's great to have you. Hello.
Hello? Thomas,
What happened?
are you there?
Yeah?
Okay. I don't know what happened.
So you can hear me now?
I could always hear you. I'll do my outro again. You can edit this out.
Okay.
Or you could just keep it in if you think it's funny.
We'll find out.
Okay, fair enough. I was just going to say thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. Sorry this turned out to be an hour. I thought it was 20 minutes or so.
It's all fine. This is going to be a bitch to render, but that's okay. It
Yay!
always is. It always is.
Yay!
Okay.
Fair enough. Hopefully it's not too much visually.
Yeah, all right. Well, as always, like this video if you have not already. Subscribe if you want some more PDL content and some more interviews. Got some others on the way. I don't know what order they're all in, but they'll come out when they come out. And comment down below your comments.
And cop that Uberosity pillow.
Right. Sleep next to your loved ones this holiday season. With all that being said and more, this has been your boy, SnowyKurama. See you in the next video. Goodbye.